Hi everyone, I'm Cliona and you're listening to Seamus on ICMR. Yeehaw! Woo!
Oh baby, I need you now. Oh.
And there you have it. That is, of course, Miss Cliona Hagan and Mr. Simon Casey. Of course, Simon was on a few weeks ago with us on the station having a bit of a chat. And would you believe it, we have the other part of that duet on the line with me now as we speak. Hello, Cliona, how are you?
I'm very well, Seamus. How are you doing?
Not too bad at all, not too bad at all. And we just decided we'd have you on a little bit later than the usual interviews because you're special. And that's
well, thank you very much. I'm delighted to be on the show and delighted as well to be chatting to you, Seamus.
Yeah, thank you very much. And you know yourself, well, of an evening like this, you see, like, I mean, I was wondering about bringing the whole station out onto the lawn and just, you know what I mean, because I have a huge big lawn out the front of ICMR towers here, and we were going to have a bit of a lie off and put on a bit of sunblock and all. Then I said, no, I just keep doing my job. Oh, hold on. She's gone on me. Just give me 1 sec, folks. Give me 1 sec. I know her. She's gone. She's after leaving me. 1 sec, folks. I'll be back to you in a minute. In the meantime, here is Cliona again with another bit of music. Yes, hello there again, folks. Yes, Cliona, you.
Hello, Seamus. I don't know what happened there.
I'm not too sure myself, but I'm a kind of I'm just wondering, am I jinxed altogether? Like, I mean, because
we're having a wee bit of trouble tonight getting sorted, but we've got there in the end up.
Oh, we'll get there, yeah. The I don't know what's, the gremlins. Did you forget about the rules that you're not supposed to give them you're not supposed to give them any water or feed them after midnight or something like that? I don't know what. The gremlins have struck anyway tonight, but anyway, hopefully this time we'll manage to keep a hold of Cliona and you'll stay on the air with me, will you? Will you try?
100%. I'll try not to go anywhere. Hopefully the lines won't cut off again, please God.
You know, when they said about this social distancing, you are allowed to take phone calls. You do know that, don't you?
I love that one. That's a good one now. But
anyway, Cliona, it's great to have you on board. And as I say, well, things are a little bit on the quiet side at the moment. But you got in on the music a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, around about 5-6 years ago. Would that be right, Cliona?
Yes, and what a 5-6 years it's been. I used to teach secondary music for a few years, and then I just really missed being on stage performing, Seamus. So I was actually in Edinburgh living at the time, and I came home, and then I just decided, I really want to get back on performing, and I just really missed the buzz of getting up and singing, and I thought I would give, I would give it my best, and thank goodness it's just been an absolute whirlwind this past 5 years. It's been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, of course, 5 years. If I'm not mistaken, actually, Cliona, we here at the station, Irish Country Music Radio, I think, would we have been the first people to actually give you an award? If I'm not mistaken.
I believe you were.
Yeah, there you have it now. Yeah, you see, we spotted the potential.
I believe you were, and thank you very much for that award. It was very, very kind of you all.
Yeah, we spotted the potential before anyone else did, you see.
You were ahead of the game. I love it.
Yeah, we've always been ahead of the game, so, but you were saying anyway that you got in on the music, that you were teaching. And, God, I don't know, none of the teachers, our music teacher had a beard. Now, he was a man, so would help, when
I basically had just finished university, I think I was 21 or so, and so the first school that I went to teach in Edinburgh, they didn't have to wear any school uniforms, so I remember my first day going into a classroom, and I think it was a sixth form classroom, and there was only about 5 or so doing their A-levels, which would be the equivalent of your Leaving Cert. And basically, some of the kids, they just spoke up and they were like, "Excuse me, who are you and why are you standing behind the teacher's desk?" So I had to obviously let them know that I was their new music teacher. It's been, teaching has been something which I did thoroughly enjoy, and of course, I've always loved music, but I just missed being on stage performing, and so thank God this past 5 years has been absolutely fantastic, and please God, things I hope go back to normal, and we get a vaccine for this COVID-19.
Yeah, hopefully something. Well, we just hope that it'll get back as what you would call normal. And you of course, you were into the music from a very young age. Like, in fact, you now, a little bird tells me. Well, actually, a little bird called Sean Deanahan had just been on to tell me, and that you were on the Late Late Show when you were around about 12 years of age as a nice, innocent wee lady. Would that be true?
I tell you one thing, John Deanahan knows his stuff.
He does.
John is such a wonderful friend of mine, so he's very, he's good crack, and I always hang out with Sean whenever I'm down south and whenever I'm performing in Adair or anywhere like that. He's just such a wonderful person.
A gentleman.
And so he is 100% right. When I was 12, I remember auditioning for the Late Late Show, and I played piano and sang the Snowman. And then out of all the thousands of tapes that went in at the time, my tape got picked, and I got to sing Silent Night on the Late Late Toy Show, which was really, really, it's just fantastic, and I have such fond memories, and it's lovely to have that to look back on, and such an iconic thing to be part of the Late Late Toy Show, so I'm very proud of that.
So you're saying then that Late Late Show were a little bit ahead of us here on Irish Country Music Radio when it came to spotting potential, is that? But they didn't give you an award; they just gave you worldwide appreciation of.
Yeah, I think I prefer the award.
I'll tell you this much: you are saying you're saying very, very right things here tonight.
Thank you, Seamus.
So, but before that, of course, then, so when you were going around as a little, like before you were 12 even, you know what I mean? Because if you were good enough to be able to play the piano, make a little tape, do all that and send it off, like, obviously the music was in your blood to some degree before that, the performing and all that.
Yeah, as a kid, I always would have sang in chapels, and I always would have sang in any school plays that were going. I always would have went to my instrument lessons, and it was just something was always part of our household. Not my parents couldn't perform or don't have any musicality within them, but my two older sisters would have. But when they got older, they left kind of the music behind them, and I was really the only one that kept pursuing the music. So I'm very delighted that I did, though. So what you're saying, about 6 years ago, then you went out on the road with a band, and was that what happened, or how did that take place? Yeah, so I got about 5 years ago or so, I went out and I had my first band, and we went around the country. I was releasing single after single, and basically putting in all the groundwork to get known or get my name out there, as they say. So, but before that, even again, the first year I released "We're All Gonna Die Someday," I done a lot of guest spots, and again put in the time to get my music, to get my name out there, and to just keep moving forward and keep creating new music. And then, of course, I had my first band, and we went around the country, which was so much fun. And then I done Dancing with the Stars, and then after that I came back with a brand new band and new music. And it's just basically, for me, it's just to keep progressing as much as I possibly can.
Yeah, because like I mean, I've seen you in action. Like I mean, you are a lively character on the stage. Like I mean, you really like I mean, it's not just stand there and sing out the notes and the words and whatever. You do push your passion into it. Like I mean, there's plenty of life in you. You're like a Duracell bunny tipping around on the stage. Like,
Oh, you wouldn't say that all the time. No, I really love, I think performing is just not singing. I think if you want an overall performance, you have to really, I suppose, give it your all. So basically, I like to put on a show, I suppose, so to speak. So that's very important. I don't think standing rigid all night is a good idea either. So it's good to kind of mix it up a bit. And I do like to dance, so it's fun to try and create something for the audience to watch, which is something other than just standing still all the time.
Yeah, of course, as you say, you do like to dance. So it was last year that you were on the Dancing with the Stars. We had a bit of a chat there one morning on my Sunday morning show. But tell us, how did you get in on that now? Or was there an audition process, or were you approached about it, or how did you get in on the Dancing with the Stars?
I was actually approached about becoming one of the celebs on the show, so I was like, yeah, that sounds amazing, and it's again such a wonderful show, a great platform, and again I like to try different things, so I was like, yeah, of course, yeah, let's do this. So I was delighted, and then I got to meet my wonderful dance partner, who has become one of my very dear friends, Robert Rowinski, and got to learn such fabulous dances, got to wear such amazing clothes, and got to meet such great people. And not only that, like, it is amazing the amount of support up and down the country which I received was really second to none, and we have such amazing memories now to look back on and with those performances.
Now, of course, Sean he's like a sort of a Wikipedia there about music information. Like, he has more trivia, I'd say, than Wikipedia, Mr. Sean Lenihan. He says that you were...
Sean knows his stuff. I would say Sean would know more about me than I know about me at times.
He's a kind of a Deaniepedia or something we're going to have to call him, I think. You know what I mean? Because...
I love it.
Well, he says that you were on... Now, you see, I'm useless when it comes to television shows, because I very rarely get a chance to watch TV, but he tells me you were on the RTE show High Road and Low Road with Francis Brennan. Would that be right?
Yeah, and that was so much fun. It was my very first time meeting Francis Brennan. So basically, the premise of the show is one person gets to experience a luxury holiday, and the other person gets to basically have a low budget holiday. So Francis Brennan, he got the low budget holiday, and I received the high budget holiday. And it's just to really look at what are the differences, with if you have so much money to spend on these holidays, and basically if you really are on a budget holiday. So it was such a very interesting show to watch. Myself and Francis, I think it was our series is one out of maybe five episodes, sorry. So it was so much fun, and Francis is so fun. Like, he is just a scream and a half, and we went to Helsinki, and it was just a lot of fun, and it was such a great TV show, and I got to do so many things, and I even got to meet reindeers, and it was just really, really magical, actually. And I stayed in like this a suite that was €2,500, and I had something ridiculous like that. So it was a lovely time, and I had a lot of fun.
So you stamped your feet and you said, "I'm a bigger diva than you, Francis. I want the $2,500 a night suite. You can have the tent over there beside the reindeers." Is that?
I know, for Francis. We had to pick between two envelopes, and I was lucky enough. I picked the luxury holiday, but poor Francis, he stayed in a hostel, so he did. But I actually visited him in the hostel, and the hostel wasn't too bad. So and it was good. We met up, after filming and stuff in the evening time. So it was really cool to hang out with him.
I'd say if it was Francis Brennan now, he's probably going in and saying, well, now, if you were to move that over there and you get more sunlight in and you'd have a lot more sales on this hostel if you were to work things a little bit better. Something like that, would that be right? He probably is. Francis probably was trying to explain to him where they were going wrong with the hostel.
Sometimes in advance you can, but then you see like last minute deals. You get some great last minute deals too. So it's basically, it's much of a muchness. But I suppose it's just what the luck of the draw as well. What you can come or what you see or what offer may be happening on that day, or in months in advance. So. It's a hard one. It definitely is.
But no, what I mean is that Francis is usually like, I mean, he goes in and does hotels as well, you see, and restaurants and all sorts of buildings, and gets them all running at profit, himself and the brother.
Francis has done so well for himself.
He has. He's brilliant. He's brilliant.
Showed me his beautiful hotel that he has, and basically that he goes around, and he goes to different countries, and they go on bus tours and stuff. So he was like really informative. He's obviously very well travelled. So I learned so much from him, and he's just such a really nice man. He's a gentleman.
Now, you've worked, I saw there, you've done a bit there with Derek Ryan, you've worked with Michael English, and recently you've worked there with Simon Casey. And is there any artist that's on the Cliona Hagan bucket list to work with, whether it be Irish or American? Or
do you mean Irish or worldwide?
Irish or worldwide. Well,
oh my goodness. Well, I would absolutely love to sing with either Shania Twain or Dolly Parton. that would be a dream of mine. Or Garth Brooks. Oh, there's so many. So many. But yeah, doing duets has been so much fun. It's great getting so creative with other singers, and Simon Casey was just fabulous. So our cover of Need You Now, thank goodness, it's just done so great, and we're delighted with the whole response from everybody all over the country, and it's got like a crazy amount of views. Our video, which went up on Facebook the other day, I think within 2 days, it got like something like 2.5 or 2,500 views. So it was really phenomenal, the response, and I really do love collaborating with other artists. It's just so much. It's just great to get creative with other people. And so, I love doing duets, and I'm sure that there will be other people, please God, in the future that I get to sing with again.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking like of the sort of a dynamic trio of yourself, Dolly, and Shania all getting together and collaborating on even one song. I'd say that would make, or even just to get up on the stage with the three, I'd say that would make. I'd say you could sell tickets for that one. I'd say he could definitely sell tickets for that one. We'll get Sean on. He'll have to do a little bit of work.
I think I am, Sean. I know you're listening, Sean. So you may get to work and get in touch with Dolly and Shania.
Yeah, he probably has her phone number. Knowing Sean Dean, and he probably has her phone number on speed dial or something. No doubt Sean has it.
I hope he hasn't been holding back on me.
And I'd say probably he has Dolly. Yeah, he has Dolly and Shania. If I was to guess now, I'd say he has. He's that sort. I mean, Sean knows everyone, and he knows everything.
Sean knows the country. There's not a person Sean doesn't know. So it's up to Sean now to get the Shania, the Dolly, and the Cliona single out. ASAP, Sean.
Yeah. Well, now, would you believe it? He's actually taking requests here as well, because he says to say hello to Conor Fitz from Mayo and Patrick Hickey from Limerick. So Conor.
The lovely Conor and the lovely Patrick. They're such great guys. Conor does wonderful photography, and Patrick is just an all-round lovely guy. And I always love catching up with him. And the amount of people that I've actually met through this country scene has just been unbelievable. It's such a wonderful scene, and I never would have met these lovely people otherwise. So it's been great. I've made some lovely friends from being within this scene this past 5 years.
And actually, Sean said, "Jez, I think it's more about Sean than it is about Cliona or me tonight." Now I don't know. This is
it's a Sean Dinian show.
yeah, because he says that there's a song that you have about your mother as well. So
Yes, I actually wrote my very first song there at the beginning of the year. And I always wanted to write my own song, so I just really sat down and I thought to myself, what would I like to write about? And of course, well, my mother and I are very, very close, and so I thought, why not write "Thank You, Mother" for everything you've done? And that was the premise of the song, was "Thank You, Mother," and that's what we built the song around. And I was just delighted with how it turned out, and I could really, when I released that, it was actually the first weekend that lockdown started, so I actually performed it, would you believe, live on Instagram. So I've never performed it on a stage with a live audience yet, so I hope when we all get back to normal that that'll definitely be the very first song that I'll want to sing, because it's obviously got such special meaning for me, and it's just going to be great to sing something that's so personal as well. So that was a lot of fun, and I've been also writing other material throughout lockdown, so I'm looking forward to getting everything recorded tonight.
well, of course, you see, I mean, you've worked with Derek Ryan there, so if anyone would be able to help you with regards to writing songs, he would be one of the top men in the country, I'd say, if I was to guess. He's
a fabulous songwriter. He definitely is very well accomplished, but I think that when you're writing, you have to learn as well yourself. You have to keep seeing what works for you, what doesn't work, and just keep progressing and try and design your own rhythm. So that's basically what I'm at right now, and I have to say I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Now, I'm going to give you a few names of people that have been on to me to say a quick hello to you, because you've a load of fans listening in, but just going to give you a few names because time is running a little bit short on me, Cliona. I could sit here talking all night to you, and I'm sure you would only love to sit here talking to me all night. So there's Ron Hinsley is over there in Wales. Ron is listening in.
Lindsay, is it?
Ron Hinsley.
Oh, Ron Hinsley. A big hello to you, Ron. I hope you're keeping well over in the lovely Wales.
And Michelle Orr is listening in Bedford in England. Michelle.
Hello, Michelle. How are you? I hope you're well.
And Maureen Burke is up there in Leitrim.
A big hello to you, Maureen, in Leitrim. I hope everyone's keeping safe and hope to see you all very soon.
And JP, of course, on the station here, he's listening in, and I don't know now. You see, he has Louise Morrissey posters all over his room, but I would say he might be able to fit in a Cliona Hagan poster.
I've heard about Louise; she's fantastic. Big hello to you, JP, and get my poster up ASAP.
Now, there's a very special girl listening in as well. Now, you were very kind, and you sent her a little message there last year, just after we were on when we had a bit of a chat there last year, just when you were doing Dancing with the Stars. It's Natalie. She's living near Kilteely in the county of Wexford, and I was just wondering, would you be able to say a quick hello to Natalie, and just yourself, just a quick hello to...
Of course, Seamus. A big hello to the lovely Natalie. I hope that you're keeping well. I hope you're keeping safe. Lots of love from me, Cliona.
Now, isn't that absolutely brilliant? And now, no, because as I said, Natalie is one of your biggest fans, and she absolutely lives for going to see you at your gigs. So she's a little small blondie girl, and she's a great friend of yours as well, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure you know her now at this stage, don't you?
Yes, I do indeed. She's such a lovely girl. As I said, it's great to meet so many wonderful people all over the country, and Natalie is definitely no exception. She's a lovely girl.
Lovely girl. Well, that's where I'm going to, because as I say, time is running a little bit scarce, and I absolutely had a great crack here chatting to you and all that. But we're going to have to, you see, because Joe Harrington is following me up, and Joe, he'll be pulling his hair out. Now, if you've seen a picture of Joe, you know where the joke is there, because he goes to the same hairdresser as myself. But yeah, he'll be pulling his hair out to get out.
A big hello to Joe.
So I'm going to let you loose there, but thanks a million, Cliona, for coming on and
Seamus,
having
thank
a
you
chat.
so much, and thanks everyone listening in, and I hope everyone keeps well. Lots of luck for me.
And this one is from yourself. This is the song you were saying there a few minutes ago. Thank you, Mother. And I know you haven't played it live, but we're going to play it here on the station, and hopefully when you get back on the stage, this will be the first song that you'll get to sing. As the fella says, when it's one of your own, it's always that little bit sweeter. Thanks a million, Cliona.
Thank you so much, Seamus. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mother, for giving me a home. You have taught us to stand on our own, and to thank you for the love that you have shown. Thank you, Mother, I love you more than you know. When you held my hand at the schoolyard, hug me tight every time when I cried.
Bringing you the best in country and Irish music. This is your station, irishcountrymusicradio.com.